Hi everyone, and welcome to part 4 of Let's Build New York Brownstones. Once again, I made a few small changes to the build before starting things, so I'll show those, and after that we get on to the new stuff, which I'm really excited for because we are going to begin furnishing this part, and I cannot wait to start on these apartments. But the first thing I did was I added this metal grate rug to the fire escape because Caleb suggested that I do that, and I think it definitely does look better than just having this flooring. It kind of looks a little bit more realistic. And over here in the park, I got rid of that rock terrain paint that I had in here and then just replaced it with more of these stones. And then I also got rid of that fence I had going across here and then made the dirt come out a little bit more, just so this feels a little bit less claustrophobic and you can see a little bit more grass. So hopefully that makes us look a bit better. I think it definitely is an improvement, but that is it. So I'm just gonna get on to the furnishing now. And as I mentioned last time, the outside is definitely not finished. I'm going to be furnishing some of the outdoor spaces as I furnish the apartments and as I get more of a picture of who's going to be living there. And then towards the end of the series, maybe in the last part, I'll go through and do some last minute detailing of the outside once I have the full picture of how the build is going to be. So in case any of you are looking at the outside and are thinking, this definitely needs a little bit more, I know, and that's kind of like the process I'm going to be using for this build. So we're just going to be doing the inside and then kind of going between that and the outside. We're going to be jumping around a lot here. But as I mentioned last time, we are going to be furnishing this apartment here, or we're going to be starting with these apartments down here as far as the furnishing goes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to furnish this apartment. It's very small, so it's going to be easy to do in this part. And depending on how that goes, I'm going to start on this one. I probably won't finish both of them, because I am doing this right after getting home from work and I'm probably going to lose steam pretty quickly. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But I think we'll at least be able to furnish this one and then figure out the floor plan of this one and maybe put in the basic furniture and kind of figure out where everything is going to go. So as far as who we're going to be furnishing this for, Little Chrissy, JK1406, and Sadie all brought up that I could make a university student apartment. So I think this one here would be a good candidate for that because it is very small, so it would be cheaper. Although in New York City, I'm sure this would still cost like $2,000 a month, but it's relatively cheap. So I think it works. And then for this one back here, I think we're going to make it a musician's apartment because that was another suggestion by Little Chrissy, and I like the idea of having an apartment that's kind of cluttered and small with instruments all over the place. So that is what we're going to be doing. So this is going to be the bathroom. And oh dear, this is okay. We might have to pull this back into this one a little bit because in my head, like I was kind of figuring out the layout of this, and in my head, I thought we had more space than we do here. But I think we can do this. I'm just gonna start with this space, like with the apartments, and then worry about this space later on. So I guess that's fine. So we can have, how are we gonna do this? So this can be the bathroom. And then I wanted to have 3 tiles here for the kitchen. So we can just have this little kitchen. Maybe it can kind of be in here, like fridge here, counters here, stove, sink. But then this is annoying because you have to have somewhere like a free counter space that's not a corner counter, I believe, to cook on. And then you can't stick a sink on the corner. So that makes this really tricky. I mean, we could, and then we gotta have a bed. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a little bit of a headache. We do have to bring this back though because I want to have the door going to this apartment in here. So, I mean, I could always make the bathroom smaller, but that's not really gonna do a whole lot for us. Okay, so this is the one with the numbers on it. So I'll go with that. And then we'll just stick the door for this apartment over. We'll stick it right here. I should actually stick some placeholder lights in here so we can see what we're doing. So we'll just get this saucer light here, and then we'll plop that in there. I'm sure I'll change it. And then I want to get the number facing out here like that. All right, so what are we gonna do with this? So I think we should make the door to the bathroom right here, and then this can be like a coat rack or maybe a bookshelf or something like that. Might fit nicely in here. And I mean, I could make the bathroom 2x2 tiles and then just use the sink in the kitchen as the sink. But the thing is, I kind of wanted to have the 3 tiles of wall space here to put stuff along. Like, we're not really going to get much out of making the bathroom 2x2 versus 3x2. So I think we'll stick with that. And then, as I said, we'll have the fridge here. We'll go with this one. And I think I want this apartment to be cheap. but I don't want it to necessarily be decrepit cheap. So a little grungy, but not like, because I want these buildings to feel like slightly upscale, like slightly nice. So I think we'll go with like the cheap stuff, but not the stained versions of them that came with City Living. Okay, so we can have the stove right here. I'm like having a hard time getting a good kitchen layout in here. Because I'm thinking we're gonna want to have the bed. I could do a single tile bed, but I would prefer to have a double tile one. So we can have the bed right here. Yeah, this is tricky. Because we still need to have a sink. And then, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Sims cannot prepare food on a counter space like this. And then I don't like the sink being next to the stove. Like, this is not ideally how we lay out an apartment, but we really don't have a lot of space to work with, so things are going to be not super great here. So I think this is what we're going to have to do. Or I guess we can have the sink here. I suppose this is the lesser of two evils. We're just going to have to roll with this. And then right here across from the bed, instead of a regular dresser, we can take this thing that came with City Living and then have that across from that. Hopefully Sims can get to that. We might be able to push the bed into the wall slightly so they can still get to that. And then another idea I had was that I could use those radiators that came with vampire stuff and then stick them along the wall, because I thought that would be something that felt like it really fit in with a building this old. So we can have a couple of these right here under the window, and then we are going to have to scoot the bed in a little bit, which I know is probably not a good idea given the space limitations, but I think that is something that does... Okay, no, we can't do that. Maybe we just have one of these. I mean, or we can scoot them a little bit closer. We can overlap them a little bit like that. Okay, so that works. I mean, I just think that's something that looks kind of nice and adds to the older building feel of this apartment. And then I wanted to see, because we're not going to have space for a nightstand, so I wanted to see if we can take this and maybe cram it into the corner next to the bed. Like, we can maybe take it out a little bit more than that and then have it like this. I think that looks fine. It's not perfect, but I like the look of that just kind of being crammed into the corner. And then I also wanted to have a table in here because this is going to be for university students. So I was thinking, since they don't really have room for a proper desk, that they could have a dining room table that they essentially use as their desk. And then perhaps we can stick a wall mirror in here. And this is a little bit of a different process than I usually take for furnishing, but with an apartment like this, I just really wanted to figure out the lay of the land before I started like adding, you know, like choosing the flooring and wallpaper and all of that. And I also wanted to have curtains, but that's going to be a little bit trickier to fit into a place like this. But I want to see if I can actually move these up slightly. How is that intersecting? Is that intersecting with the trim a little bit? I think we could probably bring that down a little bit. We'll just leave it like that even if it's not perfect. I just want it a little bit higher up on this wall. We could just use this one. That does unfortunately mean we have to move that mirror, but we can always place it somewhere else. So we can go back to this. And the nice thing is that this curtain doesn't intersect those radiators at all. And we can take this. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly centered in front of the bed. And then move this over here. I'm not sure if Sims are actually going to be able to use it or not. And okay, so we want to have a table. I also would like to have a TV and a couch or chair of some type. So how are we going to do this? We could maybe fit in a love seat right here. Like this. And then a TV over here. Well, maybe what we could do is we can take the mirror and then have the mirror over here in the entryway, or I might change it out for another mirror, and then this can come over this way a little bit more. And then we can have maybe a TV on, like a smaller TV on the wall here, or even just this kind of a TV on a table. We could use this, and I want to see if this TV will actually snap to it. Okay, it will not. But I'm not sure what, because I probably should stick it on an end table it actually snaps to. So I wonder if it'll snap on this one. Okay, it does. So we'll just use this. We'll kind of go with more of the cheap IKEA type furniture. So that can be right there. And then right in the center here, we can have a small one tile table and then a couple chairs around it. And then we can have a laptop in front of one of those chairs. So what do I want to use? This is, oh, this is, this is not good. I know I should probably be using a single tile wide bed, but as I said, I prefer to use this. Okay, so we can go with this. This has kind of got a shabby look to it. And then I'm thinking we can use some good old folding chairs. You know, because I'm trying to furnish this on the cheap, and then we can move it like this, and hopefully it's functional. The only thing is, I have a feeling like that's kind of, the chair's kind of blocking the view of the TV there. Okay, so now that we got the basic furniture down, we can start working on the details a little bit more, picking out the furniture colors, because I know this does not look good at all. So as far as the wall covering, I was thinking we could use this as an accent wall along this side of it, and then we'll carry that into this apartment as well. And I'm thinking that for the main wallpaper, I want to use this. And I could go with a stained version of this that came with City Living, but as I said, I don't want this to look too drabby. I want it to look like just an older building that's maybe not the nicest apartment, but isn't really like the worst either. It's kind of, it's cheap, but not horrendously bad. So we'll go with that. And then for the flooring, I want to go with some kind of older, worn wood. So this one here is an option. And that could work. Yeah, these walls are definitely not the choice I would typically make. There is this one from Get Famous. So this one actually doesn't look too bad. I like that. I think that looks better than that Jungle Adventure one. So we're gonna go with this. And then let's figure out what coloring we're gonna go with for this bed. So I want something that's a little bit more colorful, because this one doesn't really look very good in here. So I want something that pops a little bit more. So this is an option. I kind of like this. I'm gravitating towards that one for some reason. And then we'll go with that for that light. And this can be maybe black to get a little bit more contrast with these windows. Kind of like the darker woods, because it does contrast a little bit more with the lighter walls. Or you could go for something fun and colorful, like maybe, I don't know, that. Let's go with this. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this. I am just having so much fun with the furnishing. Like, I like building stuff, but furnishing is definitely more my jam than the actual building. Like, I feel like last time, like the last part, I actually had a lot that I cut out with figuring out the whole park area, but this one, I'm just kind of on a roll. Like, the ideas are coming to me a little bit more easily. So that's really good. So, you know, we might actually get to make some progress on the other apartment. Okay, so we'll just go with this, and we're definitely going to change the color. So we can go with this one. I think this will look the best in here. Yeah, I like that. Was this a base game one or the City Living? We'll just leave it. That's fine. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on using that, but I guess I was just kind of talking at the same time and pulled that out without realizing it. Okay, so then we'll put you above the sink, and then you, maybe not you. Let's use the narrower side one. So it kind of centers above the fridge a little bit better. And then we'll just intersect that with this a little bit more. And then we can go with a more colorful choice for these chairs here. So we could even make them mismatched. So it looks like they found the chairs from different places. Let's go with a yellow. And then maybe this one we could just make kind of like your typical, or maybe black? Or we could go with a pink. Yeah, I kind of like the pink. All right, and we will change the color of that to that. I'm thinking we can have a shelf under here that we can stick some stuff on. Just some decorations, because we're really not going to have a lot of counter space. All right. And then we should also have a vent hood or a range, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's a range. I think it's like a vent. So we can have this right here, and then we'll use this coloring for that. And I know I said I didn't want to make this apartment look too run down, but now I'm thinking we should add some of these here. Oh, what if we added this and then just made it like it's food splatter that got there or something like that? Maybe this one would have been better for that. Yeah, this kind of looks more like splatter. Okay, they're a little messy with their cooking and haven't cleaned it up yet. And we can always add some of these, like maybe one of these cracks up here above the bed to show that maybe there's some slight foundation cracking developing. And I'm also going to change out this light. So we can go with, what kind of light would you have in here? What about this one? This feels like, this feels like, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but this feels like something this is more like basement storage area lighting. So I think this would actually be good for the laundry area over here, but I'm not sure if I would want to have that in the apartment or not. Maybe this. Yeah, this feels more like something that would be in this apartment. And I like this lighting. I feel like this lighting kind of like sets the mood in here a little bit better than that saucer light that we had, which was very bright. Although we certainly will need more light in here than this. So we can also take this and then put it over here next to this couch. And I think I'm going to actually scoot this couch over this way. Or we could take it and move it on this side of it. And then that way we can have something else on this area next to the couch. So then we can also go with a little bit more of a fun color option for this, like this one. Because this does have some really fun stuff. And like this definitely, like I wanted a lot of this to feel like stuff that they maybe got at the flea market to just furnish a place for the cheap. It doesn't perfectly match. I could even go with that. But I think I like this one a little bit more. And then let's also figure out a coloring for this couch. Oh yeah, they added these in with a patch. Because I don't remember, yeah, we didn't always have this kind of texture for it, but I do like this. Because it does feel like something that's a little bit more worn, like this used couch that they just got. So that adds some nice personality to that. And then let's add something else to the kitchen. So we're gonna have to keep this whole counter space free, but we could add a microwave too right here. So we'll just get this older, cheaper looking one. And since we don't have the counter space to use, we can stick some of the stuff we would typically place on the counter on the shelf, like the utensils. So let me just search for utensils because sometimes I have a little bit of trouble finding this. So I think this is the one I was going for. And good, it snaps up there. Let me make sure it's not. Okay, good, because I was kind of worried it would be intersecting up into this shelf or this cabinet. So we're going to change it to that so it stands out from the background a little bit. And then we can add some books in, like their cooking books. So we can use those ones that came with cool kitchen stuff, if they'll fit up there. We can make them fit if they don't. And as I thought, they of course don't snap. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take out the handy dandy one more slot please. I can't say it. One more slot please shelf. So because I'm sure many of you have seen me use this in my video. You've probably seen many other builders use this in their video. So this is just really handy for being able to place objects at exact heights in places they don't normally snap to. So all I have to do is I just have to line this up to the approximate height of the shelf, snap this to it, and then move it off of it. And since I do have the move objects cheat on, which is bb.moveObjects, it will flow. Oh, why are you doing that? Okay. But it will float. I don't know why. It might have accidentally snapped to the counter. That was why. And then while we have this out, I want to figure out one more decoration to fill in this spot. So maybe a plant, or we can look in kitchen clutter for something that feels like it works a little bit better. I'm actually going to keep a hold of this and then stick that over there because I think I'm going to swap out this mirror and then stick a table and put some mail on it like it's, some bills that they got. So we're actually going to stick a few more of these out here so I can just kind of arrange them however I want. And then let's figure out what else we can use here. Oh yeah, there's the spice rack. But I also wanted to, because I'm seeing these My Sims. So I'll just pull a few of these out because I think I'm going to find somewhere for them to go. We'll figure it out. But let me find, I'm assuming if we search for spice rack, we can find them. Yes, there we go. Spice of Life spice rack. That's not the one I wanted. I think it was this one here. Yes, this is it. And that does not snap. So we're gonna have to once again do the same thing, stick it on this, and then move it in here. Okay, I think that works. Yeah, it looks really cute. I mean, that's not really the optimal place for spice rack probably, but you know, we don't have a lot of space here, so we gotta do what we gotta do. And then here at the sink, I wanted to add a paper towel holder. So we're going to grab this, and then I also want soap. So the easiest way I found to find that is to go here to bathroom, and then you'll find it right in here. And we're gonna need one for the bathroom as well. Speaking of bathrooms, so I'm just gonna pull some of these out for when we go to furnish that. And what we have to do is, like what I usually do is I just snap it here and then hold down Alt and then get it right there, which I think is about the spot we want. And then we can also get the soap here as well. And then just make sure that it looks right. Okay, that looks fine. It's not overlapping the sink in any weird way, so we're good to go there. I would make it so it looks like something's on top of the microwave, but in the past I found that it makes the microwave unfunctional. So we're not gonna do that, but something else I wanted to add to the kitchen as a decoration is this cutting board here. I just want to put something here just so it looks like it's not completely empty. So I'm just gonna place that on the wall and make it look like it is rusting on it. And I think I'll go with this swatch. And I don't know if we really need anything else in this kitchen. Maybe we can stick some sort of poster right in here just to fill in the space some, because it does feel a little bit empty. And it does bug me that I can't fill this up anymore, but I want it to actually be functional. Although I guess it doesn't completely matter because there's going to be so many other kitchens on this lot, but still, you know, just in case someone wants to lock all the other doors and pretend their sim is living here, we're going to not do that. But I think this calendar, I don't know, I kind of like that there. That's not where you would usually place a calendar, but due to the nature of this apartment, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going where it wouldn't normally go. You know, you kind of just have to stick things in unusual places. And we want to have another one. Like, we could size this down and then stick that there. I think we'll do that. And did I... Oh, no, that is one thing. For some reason, I was like, wait, did I stick two up there without even thinking about it? So we'll leave that like that. And we could... So we'll stick a table in here with a lamp on it. And then maybe a basket with these letters in it. That way we actually get some light over in that area because we definitely need it. So let's go here to accent tables. And I'm thinking we can use, where was it? That one accent table that came with laundry day stuff. Oh, I think maybe it doesn't show up when you're in the bedroom category. Yeah, there it is. So we'll use that. And then, as I said, find a mirror that actually looks like it fits above it. So we can go with something fun. Maybe the mirror that came with movie hangout stuff. This one. I like that. I feel like that kind of has like the right quirky feel that this apartment needs. And I have no idea if that color looks good or not, but we'll find out once I stick a light in here. So what kind of lamp do we want to use? Something that looks secondhand. So maybe this. Like, this looks like some older lamp that they may have found at the flea market. So we will, actually, let's use Alt and turn it slightly off center. So it looks like it got bumped or something like that. And then stick that there. All right. And we can go with this coloring, and for the color of this, I'm digging the yellow. I like the pops of yellow that there are in this apartment. And what were we on this swatch? You know, I actually like that. That's not normally what I would go for, but with this apartment, I'm trying to use stuff that I normally wouldn't use. And then I'll do what I've done in other builds, where I use the basket that came with Jungle Adventure stuff to look like it's there to hold mail, or you can just maybe have it... Maybe for this build, we can just have it loose. Although I guess the basket would look nicer. Yeah, we can use the basket. And then I'll see if this male sits in here right. Okay, yeah, that's not going to line up perfectly. So I think in that case, what we can do is we can take the shelf and make it so it's slightly higher than this. We're going to have to move it down though. Oof, okay, it's a little bit of a tricky spot to get into. That should be good. So we're going to have to snap to this and then move it. Okay, you know, I think what we're going to do is we're going to just snap all of these to this and then shove them over here and then move the shelf. Because otherwise they're going to just keep snapping to the shelf since it's so close. So there you go. Now you're snapped. I don't think I'm going to use all of these envelopes. But I just want to have multiple ones to potentially use. Okay, so we'll stick you in there like that. Okay, I think we'll just have the two. Oh, what we could do, I don't think it'll get in the way or anything like that, but we could take the backpack item and then stick that here in the door. You know, like they walk in the door, they drop their backpack from school and then just leave it there. And we could also take one of these and then just have it up here for fun. Like maybe size it down so it fits in a little bit neater. I like that. I don't know. I just wanted something to add a little bit more fun detail to this. Okay, so we can just have that, and let me find that backpack. All right, here it is. Yeah, so you can go right here. And let's go with the owl. I feel like the owl is really fun. Okay, so we got that. So we are making progress on that. So we're definitely going to need a lot more. Like, I want to clutter this place up with more posters and that kind of a thing. And I want to see if we can get a pen, like from the debug items. I don't know if it's going to come up or not. Well, I did find an eyeliner pencil. I mean, it's not exactly the right kind of pencil, but you know, when you're not looking at it that closely, it works. So I don't know. I don't really feel like hunting through right now to find an actual proper pencil. So we're just gonna leave that there. There we go. Maybe I'll find something else a little bit better to replace in the future. But another thing we do need are some, oh yeah, I put those out there. We do need a rug. So I'm thinking we can take the rug from Parenthood and then have it here just kind of in front of the sink. And we can make it a more fun color just to add a little bit to here. So we have this. I kind of like that. Like I want this to just feel like very bright. Like I want, you know, like they kind of have this drab, colorless apartment. So they just wanted to do what they could to make it feel a little bit brighter and more homey. And an idea I have for these is that we can take the shelf once again and stick it here above the bed, just so, you know, this is like their spot where they can place some of their collectibles. I think that would be cute, although it is intersecting with that light a little bit. But we might be able to change or turn it slightly. Right now, I mean, it's almost kind of hitting it, but it's fine. I'm not going to fuss over that too much. So we can add some of these, and then we can also get those snow globes. Like a snow globe, or I think we stuck that one over near the door, so we'll not use that one. And then we can also place a snow globe or two. Because I do have the debug cheat on, so I can get those. We can go with Stanley the Jackalope, good old Stanley. So there we go, like that's cute. And then I think we just need to clutter this up with some more posters, just to make it feel a little bit more fun, a little bit more personalized. Oh yeah, we have some of these unlocked posters here that we can get to. So I'm gonna stick some of these. Like, how does it look? Okay, that doesn't look too bad if we size it up. I don't know, I might find another poster to replace that one, but I think this one could look really nice above here. So we'll go with that. Oh, yeah, then we also have this pancake one. Oh, I kind of like the pancake one. Yeah, let's go with that. And I want to have something else above. What if we stuck that void critter decoration from Kids Room stuff? You know, like they're, you know, because like a lot of college kids and stuff are into Pokemon. So and it could be the same thing where they're into void critters as well. You know, like it's been a thing they've been into ever since they were kids. You know, I mean, I'm not like hugely into Pokemon, but I still love it and I still love playing the games, and I haven't been paying too much attention to the news on Sword and Shield, but I am really excited to learn more about it. Although, unfortunately, so we have Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I never ended up actually finishing it. I mean, it is kind of the same thing as Red and Blue, but with fancier graphics, and you start with an Eevee, but yeah, I just kind of like started to run, like I was playing around Christmas time when I was taking out time off work and had less going on, and then things got busier and I kind of like had a little bit less time to play it, but I'll get through it someday. I think I got half the badges. Like I got 4 or 5 of the badges. So I still need to do that. And then, oh, Breath of the Wild's another game I need to finish at some point. Ooh, let's add this. Like a movie poster would be fun. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is really good as well. Like it's a shame I never finished it, I know. But that's on my list of things I want to do. But perhaps we could add a couple of these in just so we get a bit more variety with this. Yeah, I always like decorating with movie posters. Okay, so what do we got? Boy Critter, perfect. And we can also go with maybe I guess it's like a Memoirs of Geisha type of a thing. Or like a super, I see this sim as being like kind of a little bit nerdy. But I want to swap this just to kind of distance the yellow a little bit more. Not that that really matters, but you know, just to kind of like spread out the pops of yellow a bit more. And I wanted to have something like some kind of table in here if we could fit that. Oh, wait, there is that smaller, more modern end table that came with the base game. This one, yeah, I think this one could actually fit in here. So then I guess I can add yet, and I mean, we've already got so many lamps. Oh, whoops. So we don't really need another lamp. So perhaps instead of adding a lamp to this, I'll use this one, just add clutter to like the remote. We can maybe add some more books to it. Because we do have this remote that came in the debug category. So we can leave that here. You know, like that's obviously where they decide to leave their TV remote. So, it's always tricky to place this right. Oh, whatever, screw it. You just go there. I don't feel like dealing with you anymore. And ooh, a cup. Yeah, maybe a cup. I like that. Like, you know, they're drinking some water or something and just forgot to leave it there. Oh, and in case anyone's wondering what I'm doing here. So you can, it's kind of hard to explain. So like if you want to place things freely on a surface that's already placed, with stuff like this where there's not much under it, you can do that more easily. So you can snap an object to it and then hold Alt and then you move the mouse under it as I have it here. And as long as it's under it and not actually touching the object, it won't snap to any of the slots. So I can get it over here. And you have to mess around with the camera angle a little bit to be able to do that. Like certain camera angles will expose more of the underside of the table. So that is how you do it in case any of you were wondering how that is done. Because I have gotten questions about how to do things like that with the Move Objects cheat. But I do want to, like, we don't have any plants in this apartment. And I always like to have plants. So I feel like we got to have something here. So I'm kind of feeling this plant. So you can go right there. And then we'll go with the blue to brighten it up a little bit. And what else did I say I was going to add? Oh, yeah, books. So let's grab that. So I think we got probably a skill book would be good, you know, because this is supposed to be for a university student. So maybe they're maybe they're a science major or something like that. So we'll go with this. And then I'm thinking perhaps we could add another book on the dining room table next to the computer. I'm hoping that doesn't mess with them being able to use it, but we can find maybe this one. And so we can just kind of do the same thing I was just explaining and make it look like it's floating here. We could probably move it a little further back into this space and it won't affect the sim being able to eat here at all, because this is ideally where they're going to eat, although we all know with how sims are, that's probably not where they're going to actually eat. I want to make it look like something's here as well. Oh, something that might work well is that taller stack of books. Oh, here it is. I completely missed that before. Okay, it's gonna want to snap to there. All right, so I'm gonna see if we can just hit 9 and then move that up without having to pull that. You know what? Let's just pull that shelf out. Oh, it's right there. Why not? Okay, so you can go there and then you can snap there and then you can go back under here. Oh, look at that. See, that works so well. I like it. And we'll just change the color of this to this one. I think that looks pretty good. Or that. Let's go with that. So I think we've got this area out here mostly furnished. Let me just do another look and see what else I think we need. I know this is like an absolute just mess in here, but as I said, that is what I'm going with. Oh, but I just thought of something. So we could take this. Oh, wait, no, not that. That's not what I wanted. I wanted, okay, we're gonna have to go back to here to get it. But I was thinking we could take this and then stick it under here just to look like maybe someone at some point let the window open, it leaked, or maybe the radiators leaked and just kind of got here a little bit. So I think that's gonna be it for this. Oh right, we still got all this to furnish. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna get anything done with this other apartment. Okay, so we're just gonna use the same wallpaper that we used out in the rest of the apartment. And then we'll figure out some kind of tile to go here. We do have this one, which could work pretty well, or this one. Ooh, I like this. You know, I never use this tile, but it does go nicely with these walls, and it does have the right kind of data feel that I wanted for this. So we can have a shower tub combo in here, and then that will leave us with enough space for a sink and toilet here, and the Sims will still be able to access this stall, so that's fine. So we'll go with that swatch of that, and then I'm just going to pick the cheapest toilet. I just realized another thing we need in here is a laundry hamper, so I've got to figure out where we can put that because I'm assuming it won't really be able to go in here. And then I'm thinking for the sink, well, let's just go with this. Will this fit? Okay, no, it's a little bit too low down. I want these mirrors to actually still be functional because if I use 9 to raise them up, then they won't be able to use them anymore. So we gotta find, oh, this one works. Perfect. Okay, so let's use this swatch of it. And then we're not gonna be able to, oh, I just realized we need a trash can in here. So since we couldn't fit one out in the main area, I'll just stick this one in here. And you can go down this way a little bit. And then we also need the toilet paper roll. So that will have to go right here. And we'll put that back. Okay, so you go there. And we do actually have different swatches of this, which I didn't realize for a while. But we'll go with that. And we're not going to be able to really snap these up here. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to grab this shelf. And we can, do we want to have it? No, I think we'll use a regular medicine cabinet right there. But we can size this shelf down and then place it here. And these should still, yeah, these do still snap to this. Actually, can we size this down twice? I think that looks a little bit better. And then we can just hold Alt and then move that how we want. All right, there we go. Yeah, so we just got a little, just a nice little shelf right there. And then right above that, we can add a hand towel. So I'm just going to use this one. This is like my, or maybe we can have this over here. Yeah, and then we'll move this up slightly. Oh, right. We'll just leave it there. And then you can go there. And then let's make you something fun like this color. And as I said, I wanted to get a medicine cabinet right above here. So we'll use this. And I think that coloring of it is fine. And then I also wanted to get a bath mat. So we can use this. Although, let's size it down. Just so that way it fits into the space a little bit better. And then I want to go with something, as I said, that is a little bit more brighter. Or a little bit more bright. I kind of like this one. We can go with the whales. I mean, the whales are kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of cute and fun. I like it. Or maybe not. I think we'll go with the yellow. Yeah, that works. And then we just need a towel rack. So I'll use just the basic plain towel. And we can use that swatch of it. And then do we, I don't think we have enough space for, I mean, this might work. I think that is enough space that they can still get through in here. So we can just move that over a little bit. And then have that right there. And I think to finish this, we just need some wall decorations. Like we can have a cute bathrobe up here. And then add in some kind of a poster. And then I think we're done. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about all we need. So let's go with this one. Maybe not. Let's go with this. And then I just want to get another look here at everything. All right, yeah, I think this apartment is, on second thought, hold on, let me just take this and then, I know it's probably a lot to add this in there, but I'm just gonna throw that in there, and then I think that is it for this apartment. That looks like plenty of furnishing to me. So as I said, we're just going to floor plan this really quickly. So we'll just do the same thing and have a 2x3 bathroom in here, and then that gives us 4 tiles in here. So this is gonna be another studio apartment. So I'm thinking bed over here. Oh dear Lord, this is small as well. Ugh, okay. So maybe, we'll figure out that next time. But I think this is going to be the bathroom. And then maybe bedroom in here. We can stick the bed in here, stick something else next to it. Kitchen along here, maybe dining table along here. We'll figure that out in the next part. But I know for sure that's where the bathroom's going to be. And that's really going to be the only proper room in this apartment. Everything else is going to be open, but that's going to be all that I do in this part. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.